my dad one time took Timmy and Dennis.
As he often did.
Dennis is the number 5 son, Timmy number 6, took them to a Lafayette football game, and they were told, don't run off, just hang around and behave. That was the main rule. And while some other brothers and I were playing touch football a couple of blocks away, listening to Mr. Finnan's voice booming on the public address and hearing the crowd cheering, all of a sudden we heard an announcement in the middle of the game, ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. From our lost and found department, we have 2 young boys looking for their dad. Will Dennis and Tim McNally's dad please report to the press box? In that classic Jim Finnan voice, and we were laughing and thought, my gosh, those guys are in trouble when they get home.
They wandered off.
They got in a lot of trouble, but boy, that just made for such a great story. And their names were announced
all
in the
through
public
college,
address
yeah.
by the great Jim Finnan. So.
What I think about now is empowerment, and I feel as though Tim never really had a voice because of his illness, and so I've kind of adapted that persona, that I'm Tim's voice, and he deserved that as far as I'm concerned. So now, being involved in the mental health world and wanting Timmy to have his voice, that's pretty much how I deal with it. I don't feel sad anymore. I feel that his life was not in vain and that he gets to now make a difference.
I think the events of Timmy's life dragged us along as if we were in a current. I think I see that looking back now, that his entire story profoundly influenced all of our relationships with each other.
It did. It definitely did. And it softened me towards my mother too, because as the only daughter, my mom and I had, we had what would be considered a typical Irish mother-daughter relationship, which could sometimes be volatile and turbulent. And then the next day, again, I adored her. But with Timmy's illness and Timmy's final days, and then after Timmy's passing, it created in me a softness towards my mom, having now lost her second child, feeling not only the unfairness of what Timmy had to go through in his life, but the unfairness of a mother ever having to bury a child and now having to bury 2. Timmy's life and his illness definitely had a profound effect on all of us, and we're all a lot stronger and tighter as a result.